I decided what I'm going to do with my money.
Oh.
Yeah.
Spend it.
Well, because like I was reading, and like coin doesn't really last around very long. Like, and so what I'm gonna spend my coin for an extra downtime action.
Right.
And then what I want to do is I'm going to work on the graffiti project, but I want to buy some hired help, and that's what I want to. I want to have a cash roll to like get some supplies and get some people to help me out.
All right.
And then hopefully that'll boost my actual roll to work on the project.
Gotcha. I like it.
So I got my base lifestyle is 0, but I get plus 2 dice. So I get 2 dice. That's a 4. Find the cash for this need, but that's it. After that, you're out. Okay, fine.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Like
So
that just means I can't try to like spend more cash on this same thing. Or no, maybe it's just saying, okay, yeah, maybe I'm just out of cash for until the next downtime or something.
Yeah, because that sounds like that kills that plus 2 dice bonus
I'm good
until
with that.
next downtime.
Yeah, I'm good with
That's
that.
that's not what I expected, but wow. Yeah.
I had to spend a bunch of money. They were.
No, it's fair.
All right. So does that give me like a? I don't know how you want to. If it's a bonus die or something, maybe.
Yeah, I was thinking it was feeling like a bonus die, like adding a contact or adding people.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna do persuade because that's what Judd did, and I'm gonna add an extra die. It's got 3. So if I get a 6, it'll complete it, right?
Yeah, it'll complete it. Yeah.
And then a 5 is probably only 2, right?
I'd have to jump back up there to look.
4
It
5
might
is
be
2 segments. Yeah.
okay.
I'd be interested in some grief now. It'd be fun to complete this project.
Ooh, some grief. Some grief. I'm open to ideas. I'm struggling right now. Some grief.
This is in the roll to complete which clock?
We're doing the community project to try to improve resources and morale by, putting up graffiti and stuff of Rome. I mean, we could start a clock about, pushing Rome to his limits, kind of a thing. Like, if a clock that fills, and he would, specifically target us or something.
Or he's put out a search party to figure out who's doing this or who's behind this.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, a clock to find out who it is.
So I like that, but I want to tighten that up. I think he thinks you did it. I think that's the grief, right?
Oh, he thinks Rory did it instead of Jandon. Makes sense.
I think when he comes in on the scene, right? He thinks it's Rory behind the whole thing, the mastermind.
That's totally fine. Bring it. That I got a 6.
And that completes it. I am going to start a clock, but it's to deal with Rory's tag.
Yeah. Okay, I can improve. I get so okay. When the benefit is achieved, roll dice.
Right.
Okay, so it was a 6-segment clock.
Yeah.
So I rolled 2d6.
Right.
Oh, I got a 6.
Nice.
So morale or resources by 1.
We are dicing good tonight.
I like morale. Because that's kind of the aim we were going to more than resources, I feel like.
All right.
So let's increase morale. So 1 more morale increase and we'll have some hope.
Nice.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Love it.
So I'm adding that to my to-do list as I move that sheet into roll,
Yeah.
is to increase your morale by 1.
Awesome.
Cool. That was good. That's good stuff. No,
Yeah.
it's a nice, easy walk back into our session. So I like that everything is good, and you're blowing all those nice, beautiful rolls. I like it.
On spray painting on walls, yeah.
That's right. As you get choked out later, I'm like, but that wall is beautiful, man. Right?
I'm going to put a spark lock pistol to his head, and I'm going to pull his trigger.
All right, fantastic. Today is Kite Day. The weather is still kind of crappy, right? It's still kind of drizzly. Sun's out, right? But it's drizzly, it's wet. But everyone is getting their kites out for the festival throughout this section. So not just your corner, other corners that are around, at least in this part of the city. There's a big presence for Kite Day as folks are bringing out different kinds of kites and designs and crafts and flying things. Someone even manages to break out these mic fighters.
Oh,
hello.
Right, so they cruise through this section of the city, maybe other parts of the city too, but we only care about our corner right now. And so, yeah, it's a big hubbaloo. It's a
Hullabaloo.
big deal. Hullabaloo, there we go. A big hullabaloo. You've got different vendors out with food, maybe mini kites, kite supply stuff. It's a big celebration.
Nice.
Cool.
We're still in that downtime free play area. We don't have a mission or anything to find. But today is Kite Day, and I think that's a good start.
What are the planes called in this setting? I forget.
These are mic fighters.
Okay.
They're fragile, but they're fast. They're pretty.
Yeah.
For
There's
now,
like a name like something wing, right? Isn't there a?
Oh yeah, wing ships. Yes.
Wing ships. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
They have Aerodyne wing ships, and those are usually used for moving cargo. They're slow, but they can carry loads anywhere, and they can land almost anywhere.
Cool.
And they have various sizes of those. The mic fighters are like tiny warplanes in a range of designs. They're managed to launch without runways. Some of the pilots are children. I think when they first made these and pushed them out, all the pilots were children.
Oof, that's gross. Nice.
Oh yeah,
nice detail.
yeah.
So is this sort of like the equivalent of like, Air Force flybys? Like, is this like a military thing that they're doing for Kite Day, or is it more independent? Or
yeah, it's more independent. Some of them might be sponsored, but it's more independent. They're not because each mic fighter that you see is kind of custom designed and colored and that kind of thing. They're not uniformed.
Gotcha. So probably just from like rich families and companies or something.
Right.
Okay.
The attrition is high from crashes, machine failure. So yeah, but man, are they fast and are they pretty? Look at that. And they're buzzing between the tower blocks. There's probably half a dozen at any one time in the sky that you can see. And they may be cycling in and out, giving each other space because they know.
Cool. Jandon will ask Asta, have you ever gotten your wrench on one of those things?
A time or two. They never let me fly them, though. Very annoyed about.
But I could fly one.
I mean, how hard could it be? It's just
That's right.
controls. I mean, granted, you probably should practice it a few times before you take one up so you don't crash and kill yourself, but
Get the adrenaline pumping.
They are.
I mean, I
pretty.
definitely wouldn't try that trick like first thing.
Nice.
Somebody showing off.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Jandon gets airsick like me. I think Jandon's just like I would vomit aggressively.
That would be bad.
Those cockpits are pretty small, so that'd be a bad time for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's a bad time for everybody. I can promise you.
Mm-hmm.
I think on the street, some of the folks kind of make some space, make some way. There are two men and an entourage kind of making their way like a fish bubble, right? Like they're the only ones on the street, but everyone else seems to be accommodating them. I think if you're from this corner, you can tell this crowd, this group, they're not from around here. They're not from this corner, but they're watching the show as well, and they're looking up. The two central figures, the two men that this entourage is following, they seem to be having a heated conversation as they're pointing up at the mic fighters. And depending on where you are, go ahead.
And what are they saying?
I was going to say, depending on where you are on the corner, they may actually pass by or bump into you as they're moving through because they're not paying attention. Most of their entourage is trying to clear everyone else out of the way while these two men walk the street. One guy.
What are they dressed like?
So they have. Oh, this is crazy. So they are not. Like I said, it's kind of drizzly out, right? They are in not rain-proof clothing, right? Most of the folks are in slickers and they're dressed for the weather. These two men are not. They're kind of stylishly dressed, but they have folks that are carrying these nearby big giant umbrellas, right, to keep them covered and dry, right? That's part of the entourage. And well trained enough that they're trying to anticipate these two men's movements so that they don't get wet, right? So that their clothes remain dry, so they don't wear anything rainproof, right? They have no slickers, no boots or anything like that on, where everyone else on the corner is dressed weather appropriate.
Okay.
I'm gonna get the grossest street food I can. Just something really gross on a stick. I'm gonna get two of them. Just the greasiest, nastiest local delicacy that I can get.
Oh,
And,
no. Yes.
I'm gonna walk over to these guys
Got a street meat.
and be like, "Hey, if you're gonna be in our neighborhood, you got to try this. You can't leave without eating this. It's like you were never here." And I'll hand it to both of them. And I think it's just like some kind of fried octopus tentacle or something. And I'm like, it's like fried rubber. And everybody claims they like it. And nobody does.
Nobody does.
But you can chew it like all day, right? Like you could, if you go to if you don't have a lot of money, you can chew it like the whole festival.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's gross.
It's like the lake trout in Baltimore that are neither trout nor from a lake.
Right. Yep.
But they're everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah,
And,
so the younger bald guy takes both of them, right? And he kind of smells, right? And he's never seen these before, so he's skeptical, and he's looking at you, and he's looking at the dishes, right? He's looking back at you. Thanks.
You're welcome. What brings you all to this block?
Mr. Beacon sponsors one of the Mike fighters. I think at that moment, one of the other entourage member runs up, grabs the second octopus dish, right, and walks it over to Mr. Beacon.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad Mr. Beacon has you guys to keep him safe from local foods. Have a good walk through our neighborhood. Welcome to our community.
Thank you. We might be staying. Thank you. I think he attempts to get a bite, right? He's trying to work it out, right?
Oh yeah, dig in. What do you mean staying?
When you say stay, what do you mean?
What do you mean?
Like a day or two, like a month.
Yeah, so with a mouthful of this fried octopus dish, he's like, we might want to house one of the Mike fighters here, and we'll probably find some space to store it, maintain it, buy a building or two, launch from here, right? Kind of move into the neighborhood. It'll be good.
Right. Well, good luck.
Thanks. Again, his face is confused, right? He doesn't know what to make of, right? He doesn't want to be offensive. But he doesn't know if he likes it or not yet.
I appreciate his good manners. Yeah, I think I'll leave it at that. Walk away from Mr. Beacon.
But yeah, a good chunk of the morning and the afternoon is dedicated to this kite festival, the Festival of Wings.
We're gonna steal a Mike fighter.
We're gonna steal that, right? Like that's what's gonna happen.
What do you need a Mike fighter for?
What does a corporation need with a Mike fighter? They don't know what to do.
It's not that we need it, it's just that they don't.
Exactly.
Are they really enjoying it? No. Would Asta enjoy it and Rory enjoy it? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Would Janda enjoy it? No, but they don't have one. That's why I don't have one.
Yeah. Worst case, we break it down for parts.
But my friends want one. Nice.
Yeah, I think I'll get back, on the roof with Asta and Rory and say, so if you were going to house a Mike fighter in this neighborhood for takeoff, what buildings would you buy to do it?
That's a very good question.
Okay, so Asta's going to take that question in the vein that it was not in the vein that it was intended, but in the actual, you're actually asking me this question. And she's going to start espousing, well, you need X amount of space for takeoff and landing, so you're going to need Y, and then you're going to need to store it, and you're going to don't want to have too many fumes. And so my guess would be about there.
Yeah, who owns that building?
Yeah, who does own that building?
That's an excellent question.
Not us, obviously.
Not us.
Fucking Rome owns it.
Probably. I mean, if I was going to pick the most inconvenient person to own it, it would be Rome.
Motherfucker.
I like that. I didn't know who owned it. I think Rome is good. I think I like Rome.
All right, that works.
I think that's perfect.
I don't know how I could hate this guy more, but
Don't
And,
worry,
like,
he'll find a way.
And I was gonna say, and I don't know if he wants to sell it or he doesn't want to sell it, but
I
I
was
like
laughing
that
at
he
you.
owns it, right?
My first thought was like, I do like the idea of he doesn't want to get rid of his building, so then this harder, like even heavy hitter, like comes after Rome and be like, sucker.
My thought was that he heard that Mr. Beacon was looking for a place to house his Mike Fighter like a year ago, and so he bought that building a year ago.
I would not doubt that. That's like total insider trading,
Yeah.
BS that city council people engage in occasionally.
Yep.
I like it.
If I were
Yep.
Mr. Beacon, I'd want this building.
Yep.
I'm gonna get that building.
Yep.
And you know what? I bet you that's part of some of the stuff Arlen found out before she disappeared.
Yep. I bet.
Maybe we need to find. Maybe that's our priority. That or trying to keep the peace and talk to Martell at some point. Give him a heads up.
Right, we got a bunch of things cooking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I want to. I don't know what kind of presents the Red Sabers might have out during the Kite Festival. But yeah, I think I want to try to make contact with Martell away from his second in command.
I think that's doable. Hang on, let me find Martell real quick.
The only notes I have on Martell is that his schedule is classified, and he always travels with security.
That is true, and that's what I was checking. He is out here at the parade, right? He looks like he's alone, but you know better,
Yeah.
right? I think he wants some space so he can enjoy, and I think he's got some food, he's got a drink, and he's just taking in all the kites, all the displays.
I'm kind of picturing one of those scenes where, like, maybe he's at the edge of the dock somewhere, and he's kind of leaning on a railing, and like I come up maybe just a couple of feet away, trying to be very nonchalant and kind of lean on the railing, and not looking at him, having sort of a side conversation without looking like we're having a conversation.
No, I like that. I think that section of the dock, though, also is cleared of other folks, and I think that's a security, right?
Gotcha.
But because they know you and Jandon, right? Because you both
Yeah.
negotiated that, I think they let you through, right?
Nice.
They don't, right? So, and he's it's not over here. I'll see if I can load it up. He's an older guy. He's got some implants, mostly his left side of his face. Certainly his eye replaced. I want to say more bionics than cyberware, right? Bionics feels more analog, old school. Cyberware feels futuristic, right?
Gotcha. Sure.
So it's like that. He's got a lot of those implants in, but he's probably in his mid 40s, maybe late 40s, right? You can see it on his face. I think he kind of side eyes you, and then he goes back to looking at the planes and the kites overhead.
Gotcha. Yeah, so I'll be like, me and Jandon and Asta, whom I don't think you've met yet. We all have a vested interest in keeping the peace here and making sure everybody can get along. And I have very good reason to believe that Lennon isn't very happy with the situation. So you might want to watch your back. And then I'm going to leave unless he says something or signals me to stay.
No, I think once you're done, right, his head fully turns to you because he is going to say something, right?
Okay.
And he says, "Yeah, that's my sister's kid.
Family.
Why don't you take care of him for me?"
It's not really how we operate. Why don't
You take care of him for me, and I'll cover it up, and we'll keep the peace, and everything's good. You do that. And then I think his head turns back to look at, like it's a done deal, right?
Yeah,
turns
sure.
back and looks out over the.
Sure. Yeah, and I'll leave. I'll check back in later with Janet and Asta. Tell him, he's offering help and maybe resources if we take care of his linen problem.
Is that a thing we do now?
I'll talk to them.
I told him it wasn't really our thing, but he pretty clearly dismissed me at that point. So
I'll have a chat with them.
Yeah, I didn't promise anything, so we can always see how it goes.
Sure. Do we want to do that now, or do we want to?
Well, we're also So in my head, I'm thinking we're aiming towards a couple different potential. And I guess what we want to focus on is the direct threats to peace, like linen, probably, or the more indirect stuff with Rome and potentially Arlen's disappearance. Like, I don't know which way we want to go.
Yeah, I think Rome is going to be a longer term thing.
That's fair. This does feel like it could be a little more immediate.
Yep.
Out of curiosity, what are we getting out of taking care of Lennon other than, we don't have more fights happening?
That's mostly it. He said he would make sure it covered up and that the peace would be kept. So
we can do some retconning here. I did a thing and I made some assumptions, and maybe I should have been more explicit, right? So I pushed with Martel. I assumed you would resist, and you said okay, right? And I was like, oh, okay.
I didn't promise anything. I was like, that's what he wants.
Right.
And then I sort of planned to say we'll see what we can do without promising anything. So yeah. Oh, I wasn't thinking of it as any sort of haggling for price or anything.
Okay. All right. I mean, I like how this turned out, but I was feeling guilty a little bit there, so I was fessing up.
Yeah. I mean, I don't feel totally uncomfortable with that because I feel like we're pretty invested in making sure more gang fights don't start breaking out again. So.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the last time I did this, somebody got choked out, and so I just,
We're a little better prepared now. A little.
Right. No. Yeah. For sure. That is perfect. Martel said what he wanted. He said what he would do, and then that was kind of a dismissal.
Sure.
Cool. Let's go find this kid.
Dun, 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 dun.
Really?
When? During the parade? You want to wait till after the parade, the celebration? When do we want to?
Fuck it. Let's do it during the parade. Let's do it right now.
All right, perfect. That makes it easy. Then yes, because of course he's out here too, right?
Yeah.
The number one's out here. He's got to be out here too. But number one was like, "Hey, stop following me." And so yeah, Lennon's out here with his entourage.
Yep.
And I think they're at some vendor stand, eating, drinking. They're not even watching the show. It's an excuse to eat, drink, and be famous.
Yeah, I'll walk up to him and say, "Hi, I'm Jandon, the mediator. These are my friends, Asta and Rory. Word on the street is that you want to kill your uncle, and we think that's bad for the community. So we're here to talk you out of it."
Amazing.
That is amazing.
I love it.
What other options do you think you have if you weren't going to kill him?
I think he is shocked. You catch him off guard, right? I think he might almost choke on whatever it is he's drinking. He's got to set his drink down, right? He doesn't get up. He looks up at you though, and he's like, "Did you tell Martel this already?"
Well, Martel knows because everybody knows. You've been kind of sloppy with the way you've talked about it, but that's because you don't really want to do it. No one wants to do something like that. How do you think you're going to feel as your uncle is bleeding out at your feet and you gain control of the Red Sabers? How do you think you're going to? How do you think? What kind of emotions do you think are going to be going through you?
And he's like, "Whoa, slow down. Wait. I don't want to kill him. I'm not trying to kill him. I think this thing you two put together is draining us, right? It makes us weak. We're losing revenue and resources. I want to fix that. I don't want to kill him."
Mm-hmm. So what's your plan?
You tell me. How can we? I mean, we're losing revenue. How can we get that back?
Find different streams. Use your imagination. Think outside the box.
There's a lot of
I don't
ways
want to kill him. I'm not trying to kill my uncle.
Yeah.
So if you told my uncle that, could you fix that? I don't want.
I didn't tell him that. I didn't tell him that. But there is a gentleman buying property in this neighborhood, and he might want security for his building because he's planning on storing a mic fighter there. So that might be a good new revenue stream for you and your crew. Maybe go to him, make a pitch, get a different kind of gig.
Private security can pay well.
His name is Mr. Beacon.
Nope. Nobody else knows about this job?
Nobody knows about it yet. No.
So we don't have to. There's no competition. We don't have to compete with.
Not yet. I think he's going to be shocked that you even know.
Why would you do this?
For the good of the community.
Because I want the community to be peaceful. I want things to be safe.
All right, I'll see this. I'll talk to Beacon. I'll do that.
Cool. You're probably not going to be able to put fear into him, so you might want to find a different tactic.
Everybody's afraid of something.
Yeah, but he's going to respond to that by trying to out-fear you, and I don't think that's a competition that anyone wants to be in. I think going in with that kind of information before anyone else on the street knows about it is going to prove to him that you're a pretty savvy operator. And I think you might want to lead with that rather than getting him to fear you.
No, you come with me. You do it. You come with us. Me and you, we do it.
Fuck.
I like you, right? Let's do this.
No, is this another negotiation mission?
I thought you wanted to prove yourself.
Ooh.
Do you need help to do that?
Showing initiative is good in a leader, right?
I think
so
you've got this.
So is delegation. You better. I mean, you convinced me to do a different thing, so I think you can convince Beacon to hire us, and then we'll do that job, and maybe that makes our bank sheets better.
What? I don't know, but I don't know very much about your personnel and your skills. I feel like you know your group strengths better than I do. You're going to be able to sell that better than I am.
Well, you can start the conversation.
I'll make the introduction.
Okay.
Cool.
Tomorrow?
Sure.
Tomorrow. Let's do this.
Okay. And I think, like, as I say that, I just walk away and go towards Mr. Beacon, right? Because he's still around.
Yeah, no, he's still around.
And tomorrow, I don't know where the fuck he's going to be.
Yep. He can be anywhere.
Nice. I think somewhere in there, you tell me what you want to do, Jandon. Lennon gets up as if to say thank you and maybe shake hands or show a gesture of appreciation, but he's awkward about it. But he's making the attempt.
Yeah. No, I'll shake his hand quickly and say, I got to go if we're going to get this thing set for tomorrow. So let's not go for a long hug here. Long hugs are for later.
All right. I'll see you tomorrow.
Lennon doesn't seem like a hugger.
No. I think I walk over to Beacon's, bubble.
Yes.
Beacon bubble.
And the bald young guy, right? He's doing all the talking still. His name's Autumn, and he says, "I'm Autumn. I didn't get your name, but I thank you for the meal."
Oh, you're welcome. My name is Jandon, the mediator. I am a community organizer on this block, and I was wondering if I could talk. I need to talk to Mr. Beacon right now about the building he's planning on buying, and I point to the building that Asta pointed out and say, that's the one that makes sense to me. I'd like to talk to him about it.
And he turns, and Beacon, Beacon puts his hands in his jacket, and he leans forward and he says, I'm John Beacon. You're right. That's the building.
Yeah, my colleague Asta, she knew, and I'd like to meet you there tomorrow with whoever you care to bring and talk to you about the security of the building. I think there are some locals who could do a good job of seeing trouble before it happens. I'd like to introduce them to you, see if you can make a deal with them. Maybe you do, maybe you don't, but I would like you to meet us there in good faith and see if the opportunity is there.
No, I have security.
You have out of town security, but it's different when you have eyes who are on the street who know this neighborhood and know the people in it.
But I don't care about this neighborhood.
I know. We need to fix that. Your empathy needs fixing.
Nice.
Jandon is just saying all the shit I wish I could say to people. Jandon is just saying it all.
You're gonna have to move this guy. Yes. He can't see it.
Yeah. I know. I know they can't.
You can't see it. I got this covered. I just need that building. I've got my people. I've got resources. I'm gonna put my plane in there.
I've got persuade. I mean, I will rock out with a persuade if you.
Let's do that. Yes.
Do you have any grief for me?
Oh, grief. I do.
I was going to offer to help too.
Oh yeah, I'd love that. I would love any help.
Okay, cool.
First, because what I was thinking is I'll pipe in with something like, people in this neighborhood don't really take well to outsiders coming in and trying to set roots. So no matter how good your security is, you might lose that building one way or the other.
Right.
Nice.
I think I take a stress to give help. That's how that works.
Cool.
I think it's one stress. Yeah, I think that is. I might be a little bit off there. I think it's one stress to help.
Can we say that Asta has already helped me? Because that build, I don't know.
Guessing correctly on the building?
Yeah.
Is that cool? Misha, are you interested in
taking
stress
sure,
for that?
Absolutely. I'll take it.
2 dice of help all year.
Does that mean you don't want any grief?
You can pitch your grief. I might not take
Let's see what you have to say.
Man, all right. I was going to say, word of this conversation and this meeting gets back to Panther.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll take that.
Nice.
a little grief as a treat.
Yes, as a treat. Thank you.
Mm.
So good.
Weirdos.
All right, I'll roll 5 dice. Yeah, absolutely. Here we go.
Oh, yeah. Come on, 2 6s.
Boom.
Or 1.
Wow.
Ooh,
It's a good thing I had
wow.
all that because that
Yes.
was a terrible roll.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
I
Where is
got I got a 5, so it's with a consequence.
Yes. Oh.
And we didn't do the position in effect, which I forgot.
No, I didn't announce it. The it's standard position. You guys
Cool.
aren't, right? It's not. You're
Whiskey
out on the open
standard?
street. Yeah.
Yeah. Risky talking to a capitalist, standard, trying to
Just in general.
convince them that doing something good for the community is good.
It's good. Yeah. He's not trying to hear that.
Yeah.
I am the community. He will do the deal. He will do the meeting in good faith. He's not coming. He will send Autumn.
Okay.
But they will do the deal in good faith.
And Autumn has the authority to broker this?
Of course. I wouldn't
Okay.
send him otherwise.
Great. Fantastic. Thank you. What is Autumn's title?
You ask him that?
Yeah.
Or okay. I wasn't sure if you're asking me or if you're asking Beacon.
Yeah. No, I kind of, I asked him.
Yeah. And his face kind of is puzzled, and he says he's Autumn. He has the authority to make decisions on my behalf when I'm not there.
Got it. Well, thank you, John. I appreciate your ability to give this a shot.
Thank you, Jandon. I'll be calling on you later.
Yeah, I figured.
But yes, no, it's a done deal. Autumn will be there. He will negotiate and have an open mind and do this. Listen in good faith, and he has the authority to make decisions there.
Cool.
And it's cool because Lennon doesn't know, right, which guy he's talking to.
Right.
It's all good, right?
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Right.
I mean,
go great.
in some ways, it might be better if Mr. Beacon isn't there because Panther might show up and
So grief means Panther knows, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Panther knows for sure. Yes.
It's just a matter of whether he's going to show up he's going to show up at the worst possible moment. What am I saying?
I have a whole week to figure out how Panther makes an entrance, right? I'm gonna be thinking about it all 7 days, right?
Yeah. Maybe we should move the meeting to our warehouse so we have our trap. Too late.
Mr. Beacon is all like, and what happened then, Autumn? And then the mediator pulled out a sparklight pistol and shot the young gentleman in the face.
In the face.
I said, "You will not choke me again."
Choke me once.
They do business over there in that neighborhood in quite a spirited manner, don't they?
So this feels like we might be doing a brokering mission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, folks. I keep getting us embroiled in fucking
No.
I apologize.
No, actually, I
think we did this to ourselves.
I think there's brokering, and is there negotiation? Are they two separate things, or one is inside the other?
It's the same because it's ending brokering is ending a dispute through negotiation. So that's kind of a weird.
Yeah, I mean, it is a dispute, right? Because Beacon wants private security, and we want local security.
Right.
That's true. There you go. That's right. You're right.
All right, done deal. Cool.
Cool. Sounds like we got our marketing orders for next week.
Yes, I like it.
I say next
we've got
week.
a lot of
Weekly or
possible
weekly?
jobs. Yeah.
So what we could do is we could put a pin in this one, unless something else better comes up before then, because we'll talk in the chat. I see we're coming up on 2 hours.
Yeah.
This is our fallback one if we don't come up with something else.
Cool.
Yeah, if we were getting close on time, the other thing I was thinking about is I was going to go find wherever Arlen lives, and snoop around, see if I can find any clues, because that's what Lost Finders are good at. But
no, let's do that. I'm good with that.
Okay, and then we might have a couple of different options.
Yes. Hang on, let me do this right, because that's kind of big.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is risky standard.
Okay. I'll be using find.
Okay.
I think that's appropriate. I think that's the best option I have. What possible grief do you have? I only got 2 dice.
I don't know. Are you doing this quietly? Are you trying to stay under the radar, not seen?
Yeah, I'm definitely trying to stick, because it's like if someone has kidnapped her, it's possible they might have her place watched for anybody trying to find her. So, yeah, I'm trying to stay under the radar.
Oh, you know what? This is easy. I'm gonna tick this clock you got with Rome.
Gotcha.
And I think this is just more information that he thinks you're messing with him, right? So
Gotcha.
yes, someone is watching the place, and it gets back to Rome that you went over there looking, and he already thinks you've got this tag
going up
happening, right?
All right.
So I think this clock will get a tick on it.
That's fine. All right.
And he's like, "Oh, you're still messing with me, even after the pier. You're still messing with me."
I mean, yeah. That's a 5.
All right. So, tell me what that looks like. You checking out her place. Let's talk about that.
I mean, I think I sneak in.
Because
I want to look in. Is there signs of a struggle? Are there anything that got left behind that might give a clue? Did she leave on her own? Do I find a ticket stub on a train and she just
right.
Or,
yeah, no. Keep her phone in her wallet, or is that stuff still here?
Yeah.
Right. No, there is sign of a struggle.
Okay.
There's probably some broken stuff. Maybe a table's knocked over. Glasses, maybe dishes are broken in the area where the struggle took place.
Gotcha.
Some scraping along the walls, stuff like that. So there are clear signs of a struggle.
Okay.
I think there is like a bundle of I got to tie this person up rope left behind, right?
Yeah.
And I think when you've had enough looking around, I think her first floor area, right? You can see there's some searching going on. Some drawers are still open. Some things are knocked over, overturned, things like that. Maybe if she's got a date bag that she goes back and forth from work, those contents are dumped out. That kind of stuff has been happening. And I think when you're done looking around and you had enough and you're getting ready to leave, there is someone coming in the front door. Or if you're leaving out the back, there's a moment where you're both kind of face to face looking at each other.
Okay, so not enough time to react and hide in a closet, but
right, that's the consequence. Now you both can run from here, but you both have seen each other.
No, that's fine. Is
yeah.
Do I know who this is?
You don't, But if Jandon was here, it's the Merc woman that was working on the rooftop with the other Merc guy after running after that kid.
I see. Who we know was working for Rome. Okay.
Yes.
Um,
But she's all in civilian clothes. She looks normal, right?
yeah,
She's not armed up or anything like that. But my thought is, if you're sneaking in, you're trying to blend in too.
definitely. Yeah.
She looks surprised, and if you run, she's gonna run.
I think I do. Yeah, I don't think I would have the wherewithal to stick around and try to have a conversation. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna bolt. I think just the knowledge of her place is getting tossed and someone is still actively doing it is good information to have. They're still looking for something.
They are.
Or somebody else is looking for her, I guess. It could be that too.
Both are options.
Yeah, because if she did flee on her own and somebody's trying to find her, they're doing what I did.
Let's go check out her place.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
Do you want to do a flashback to plant one of Asta's bugs in the place?
Oh, I do. Yeah. Yeah.
I always forget about those. Nice, because I would suggest those, but I forget.
It's been a while, so I needed the reminder. Yeah. I would like to have a flashback of before I head off to Arlen's place, borrow one of Asta's recording dingins.
Nice.
Just pay what, like one stress for that? Is that?
Yeah, because I think I was trying to jump there real quick. That's a doable thing. That's not hard. That's not a big deal. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. So are your dingins audio only? What do you?
I was thinking they were audio only.
Okay. So yeah, I'll hide it behind a book or something where I'll hide it somewhere that's already looked like it's been tossed.
Okay.
Like that it's unlikely to be found. Good call.
That is a good call.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Remember, flashbacks are a thing. Gotta remember that.
Yep.
All right. So what I'm looking for now is if we have end of session stuff, because I forget those too.
Yeah.
I always forget end of session stuff.
Right.
Always.
I've got my Twilight 2000 game every Saturday morning, and at the end, always we forget, we sign off, and so the next session we start with end of session at the beginning of the session.
Yep. I have totally.
Yeah, there's the end of session XP triggers on.
Oh yeah.
86.
They're on the character sheets too.
Oh well, there we go.
What?
All right.
Some of them. Mine doesn't have all of them, but yeah. Character sheet.
All right, cool. Then I've just jumped. Oh well, my character sheet sideways.
Yeah. Well, that's the one on roll is not correct, but that's fine.
Oh, there's one on roll too?
Yeah, but it includes use downtime action to train an attribute. That's obviously not an end of session XP.
No,
right.
You don't get to double up. That's weird. Okay.
Shall we start reading?
Yes, I'm still trying to get to page 46. Sorry.
No problem. We've got the playbook XP, right? Gain 1 XP if you address a challenge with the attribute suited to your playbook at the end of session.
Yep.
I think I can definitely take a pip for that.
What's yours for the negotiator?
I don't know what it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just assuming that, like, using persuade to talk to people, like, I'm assuming that, like, the things I've done fulfill that.
You're
Does that make sense?
Are you an activist? No, you're not an activist.
No, he is the activist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. activist stalwart.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
I've got to
With
remember to
influence
take
and
-1
insight.
die
Yeah.
because of my wound from now on.
Yeah. Addressing a challenge with influence and insight. Yeah, that makes sense.
How about you, Jeremiah? Did Rory?
Yeah, so mine is addressing a challenge with exploration or discovery, and I would say so.
Cool.
Especially with that last bit.
Misha?
Technical skill or precision?
Yeah, building.
Yep.
Fixed the traps, built some dingons.
Built some dingons. And we used that recording
And we
dingin.
used the dingons.
And we used them, yeah. Even better.
We used your expertise too. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Sweet.
You pursued your personal agenda. Your character's personal goals are yours to define. You can change them at the start of every downtime. Feel free to tell the group about them when you mark XP. Any personal agenda?
I think mine, like especially this session, is like I'm feeling more and more invested in the peace of our neighborhood.
That's fair.
So yeah, I think I'm definitely.
Cool. Misha, what do you think?
Kind of in that she has figured out ways to get more information.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
Cool. Yeah, I think confronting a rich bigwig who is walking through the town, like, definitely.
Yeah, and you actually got something out of him. Right? Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take that. Struggled with issues from your escape or trauma?
Yeah, I'm not sure if those came up.
Yeah, like I don't know that it caused me to struggle or anything, because like I brought up my recklessness when I was doing that little job with Seven, but it turned out fine.
Yeah, it turned out fine. Yeah.
Yeah, because it says if your escape tempted you to a bad action, but that wasn't my escape. That was my trauma.
Right.
My trauma didn't actually cause me trouble, so I don't think so.
I think it. I think the fact that I was doing everything I was doing with a concealed pistol.
Right?
Like if
that is
if
so unlike you.
And I think if Beacon's security had like noticed it, or like it could have gotten me in a lot of trouble.
Right.
So yeah, I'm taking
cause me trouble though for the XP.
I'm taking a pip for that.
Okay, fair enough.
Or not? Or do you guys think not? I mean, I'll
for you that makes complete sense.
Okay, yeah, cool. I mean, I was more than
you're now a little paranoid about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
About everything.
Yeah.
Is anybody taking any advances?
Not yet.
No, I need one more.
Not yet? Okay. Oh, I think that'll happen next game then.
Gotta lean into my recklessness more.
Yeah, I was really throwing my XP into the prowess bar. So now I'm throwing my XP into the playbook one, and I'm assuming, I'll get prowess other ways. So yeah, good stuff. That was fun. It was fun to get back to this. I'm glad we stuck with it.
It was a good way to ease back into things.
And I'll try to go back and listen to the last episode, so like, and post something in the Slack. And I took pretty decent notes and put them in the role character sheet.
Oh, nice.
So I'm hoping that will save and still be there. If
not,
it'll
save.
Go
ahead.
Yeah, no, that's all.
Yeah, I gotta figure out where my husband put my actual paper sheet, because
I bought this dry erase board and have it next to my desk, and it looks like something out of elementary school, but it is definitely like the best 20-something bucks I spent in 2022, without a doubt. Like it's where I do all my game notes now, and if I really want to keep them, or if I'm worried that I'm going to lose them, I just take a picture of it. And
oh, nice. Yeah,
now
yeah,
that you mention it, I have several rocket books that I should do that with, because then I can take a picture and it even OCRs it into something useful.
Yep.
Nice.
And I also bought little hex index cards, and then bought like dry erase, one-sided tape, and I put that over it. And so like I don't know, if I was going to go back and I had instead of getting a dry erase board, I might just buy like a piece of poster board and then just throw the dry erase stuff over it. But I like having the board. It's actually really nice. It was a good expenditure. So good stuff. Anyway,
nice.
I've got notes. I got names written down. I'm not going to forget John Beacon or Zoo.
John Beacon.
Zoo.
Cool, guys.
All right. What do you folks got going on? Let's start with you, Misha.
My mother's coming into town, and I have to get my water heater looked at and my husband's car looked at the same time. So I have a busy day tomorrow.
That's a lot of maintenance stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what happens when you're the spouse who doesn't have a day job that like requires set hours. Is you have to do all those other things. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's fair.
I get it.
Fair.
I'm that spouse. I get it.
Yeah. It's fine. I'll take it. It just means like once in a blue moon, it's like, all right, I have to take 3 people's cars to different places and still pick up the kids in time from school.
What about you, Jed? How are you? What's going on?
Yeah, I listened to a YouTube video about making a map with a bunch of by drawing a bunch of letters first from a word, and then making a map out of that, and it was really good. And so it's definitely going to be a blog post. And I made this weird little gnomish university city, and I love the map. And that'll be a blog post on Githyanki Diaspora tomorrow. So
nice.
If you're watching this a year from now and you want to find it, go to Githyanki Diaspora and put in the search terms.
And that's
gnome.
where it's at.
Put in the search terms gnome, and you will find it. I don't think I write a lot about gnomes. It's fun. It's fun it was a fun way to make a city. And I did it through the person who did it on the YouTube video, which will also be on the blog post, did it by hand, but forget that. I did it by I did it on Affinity, and it was great. It looks awesome. I'm really excited by it. So anyway, that was fun.
Nice.
Cool.
That was like my thing I did before the family watching of football began.
Nice.
What's up with you, Jeremiah?
Well, there's this guy that's running some Champions game that I'm going to get in.
I heard of that game. I heard about it.
I heard of this guy.
What's it called?
You have to tell people about your character. That is amazing. What you came up with. I love it.
So the core concept is he's an excommunicated priest, and all of his powers only work in the presence of the supernatural. So if he's not around anything supernatural, he's just a normal dude with no powers whatsoever. Which I think would be really fun to play.
So you're a mean servant of God?
Oh yeah, that's the other piece is I'm an influencer priest, so I've got a big TikTok following.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I loved it. Yeah, I loved it. Yeah, we've champions now. Our 2 sentences for our game is powers are wondrous, seductive, and they will get you killed. We're playing in DC, and the second sentence is handling the supernatural problems, and then in parentheses via Reddit, capital cryptids. Yeah.
Yeah, r/capital cryptids.
Yep.
Yes. So
no, we will not tell you which politicians are cryptids.
So yeah,
There's a pretty good crime novel set in DC by one of the writers from The Wire. I will try to find it and get you the title. It's pretty neat.
nice. All right.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
The Wire. That was
Cool.
good stuff.
Yeah.
It's a neat. Yeah, it was neat. I think you'll enjoy it.
Oh, perfect. All right.
And Jay, what do you got going on? What are you doing?
I'm working on a post for tomorrow. It's supposed to go out today. I'm deep in that Dungeon 23 project.
All right. Making a sci-fi dungeon.
Yes, I am. And then I went down the rabbit hole, and I want to do weekly updates, or at least once every 2 weeks or so, or something like that. I don't want to push something out every day.
Yeah,
it feels like overwhelming. But I broke open the Stygian library, and it's like a depth crawl. So you kind of procedurally generate the map as you're playing.
Oh, neat.
And my thought is, if I'm doing a massive, giant alien station, that sounds perfect, right? And so I don't have a whole lot of stuff organized. I do have my rooms for the week, but I figured I'll let the organization and the rest of that stuff happen organically as I generate these rooms and figure it out. But I kind of wanted to write up where I'm at the end of the week and then push a post out about that. I'm excited. I was looking at other people's stuff out there, and people are doing some crazy, amazing things with this Dungeon 23. So I'm super in, and I'm super excited to see what folks do this first week, 3 months from now, 6 months out. I want to see who's in at the end of the year, right? I'm curious, right? Who sticks with it and what that stuff looks like.
So for those of us who don't know what Dungeon 23 is.
Oh, yes, I'm bad at that. I'm bad at introductions too. Dungeon 23, is it Sean McCoy from Mothership? He proposed out on Twitter making a room a day for Mega Dungeon. And then that turns into a level a month. So 30 to 31 rooms per level, 12 levels at the end of the year, 365 rooms, right, in this Mega Dungeon.
That's ambitious.
Yeah. I forget the type of planner he's using, but you kind of get 7 days on one side and kind of a graph on the other. And you kind of can graph out, maybe 6 or 7 rooms. And then in the day entries, you kind of a little description of every room. And he said, keep it simple, right? You don't have to get all crazy and do a whole paragraph, 3 or 4 paragraphs per room. Keep it short and evocative, and keep going. And I went through Twitter earlier today, hashtag Dungeon 23, just to see what folks are doing. And there's some works of art out there. There's some nice, simple, easy things out there. There's some folks doing some modeling in 3D software or whatever. It's all over the board.
Neat.
So
that's neat.
But like I said, my thought is this first week, there's a lot of adrenaline, it's like New Year's. We're making these resolutions. Are you still keeping them 30 days out, 60 days out? Where you at?
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what that looks like.
If anyone out there is doing something and they're like, this is too simple, I gotta say, I've got beautiful books like that have beautiful dungeon things in them. But when I actually want to run a damn dungeon, I want something simple. So,
Right.
like for me, the gold standard is sitting next to me is DNGN. And this thing is just so crisp. Like one of you can practically run it off that. Like you just is. I open it and it's just I can see exactly what's going on in this level and what's going on in each room, and it's dead easy. So if you're doing something and you feel like, oh, this is too simple, do not worry about being simple. Like it's simple is good. Simple is
That's
playable.
what we want, right?
So don't worry about the artists who are cheating by making things that are beautiful. Cool.
Yeah, because that makes me feel, because I'm like, oh, that's beautiful. I can't do anything. I should just quit right now. I should just stop. Right?
It's very similar to I started bullet journaling a while ago, and it's very similar to bullet journals, where there are people who do this like artistic, amazing bullet journals.
Elaborate, I'm like way too elaborate.
Yeah, I'm like, I just don't want some information to get lost. Like I just want to keep track of the stuff I'm doing. It does not need to be a work of three-dimensional.
I don't need to have 4 different pens for every single day to make a different color to track different things. No.
If I am super ambitious about my bullet journal, I'll write my week outline in black and then write what I do all week in blue. And I'm like, that's as fancy schmancy as I get. So anyway, if anyone out there is doing a Dungeon 23 and you're like, oh my goodness, this is too simple, it's okay. Because when you want to play this thing in 2024 or halfway through 2023, and you want to start running your friends on it, you'll be glad that you made something simple. It does. You believe me, what your friends' chaotic nonsense will make it.
They're never gonna get through it. Let's be honest. They're gonna like throw a fireball down. It's gonna burn through half the stuff you carefully and lovingly planted in the dungeon anyway.
Right. Or their mediator character is gonna go up to the guy and be like, "You need to not kill your uncle." Come talk to me. So anyway, keep it simple. Is what I'm saying. And yeah. Don't. I did not start it because I knew that wouldn't be something I would finish. But I think it's really cool. I'm psyched. Oh, Jay, let me know. I've got a Dungeon 23 support group on my Discord, so let me know.
All right, I will jump in there.
Yeah. There are folks.
Yeah, I didn't want to start a Discord or anything around it because I didn't want to manage that and do the challenge at the same time.
No, of course not.
Right.
Of course not.
Yeah.
That's all too much. Yep. That makes sense.
So I will jump in there for sure. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Always.
All right. Thanks everybody for showing up and playing and jumping back in here and keeping the momentum. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I will see you all in a week.
Perfect.
All right.
Oh, I got to do this thing for Sean. We're always thinking about Sean.
Bye, Sean.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.